This is a certified hood classic.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm licking it.
All week long.
That's right. Take your damn hat off in court. Don't be smoking. Don't be peeing. Don't be doing nothing. It's court, man.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Creed, good to see you, buddy.
Happy Monday.
Is it?
So far, not too bad. I'll say that.
Look, I got up this morning. I said, oh, God, we got court today. Gonna be scrambling trying to find something to do because, it's Monday.
Right.
Nope. 9:30 hits. Judge Manning goes live with TPO add-on today, which she never comes on Monday.
Yeah, is this like a makeup for her or something?
I mean, she put the words add-on at the end. So I spent the morning getting together some stuff for us to watch. I will go ahead and tell everybody that there is some abrasive, Leather and Lashes, good to see you, abrasive language you will hear during this. It's if you've got sensitive ears or children's, you may want to do the old earmuffs on them.
All right.
Is that a drawing of a malnutritioned human? It doesn't have a tail. I don't think it's an animal behind that guy. Greg.
Oh, no.
That is hideous looking. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get derailed, but my God, what is that?
No, that's an odd painting. Do you think he did it himself?
That's true.
Yeah.
Why else would you put that crap on the wall?
Really looking into this, my eyes are old, but there almost looks like there's a stream here, which is almost lined up where it needs. Anyways, no, that's a very odd painting. Almost looks completely unfinished. But listen, I'm no artiste. What the hell do I know?
The only thing I know today is, Creed, it's Monday. We got Judge Manning, so why not the Manning monorail?
I love it. All right, we got a case. Time for court. Our favorite, Judge Manning, and we always love these cases. And
Kicking off, girl. Kicking off with a brother versus brother. Hate to see that. I know Creed and his brother don't even talk anymore.
We don't. We've actually never met. Speaking of brothers, one that was not even 1.5 miles away from Creed and his wife all weekend. Didn't even say hi. Rode roller coasters.
Oh, yes. I knew he was going, and they were only going to be there for a very short amount of time.
Literally across 77 separates the flea market that I'm at and Carowinds.
Yeah,
but if it was a quick trip, I didn't give him any crap. But,
got there, did what they did, drove right back home. So, yeah, they had a good time. Grotto.
Mr. Grotto.
All right, kids. You've been warned.
Let's do it.
You've been warned.
Somebody's I'm actually sitting in my car. I'm not driving. Somebody was just passing me. So we'll pause around.
It's garbage pickup day. So all right, I don't really need an opening from anyone.
Excuse me.
So Mr. Jordan.
Quickly. I'm sorry. We're in 2 seconds and I've already got a question. Hi, Dick Harris. And hello, Chris and Jim. Those two are brothers?
Yeah. It's like saying people are like, Mikey and Bishop are brothers. How? They don't look anything alike. But your point is valid, and we're going to hear why it's valid in just a second.
Okay.
And I heard your snap judgment about Jared.
Yeah.
I don't like him. We'll see which one you like by the end.
All right. Wow. Teaser.
If you want to go ahead and state your case, and then I'll hear from Mr. Jared.
Sure, Your Honor. I think if you want to, I'm sure the court has read the narrative that I provided. I tried to, I'm going to try to present the evidence. Can you hear me well, Your Honor?
Yeah, it's got a little echo in the back. Go ahead.
This
Trying to
part's
get
hilarious.
on a little closer here. One second.
So Zach.
Gary!
That was the Gary remix, by the way. Thank you, Gary.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I don't know if that's any better, but so if you all have the narrative attached to the petition, Your Honor, you have any stuff for
So, Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up. I don't know if you, maybe that's it. You just don't have a good microphone connection there.
Is there a dial-in that I can
A dial?
connect on my phone?
It's better if you stay near your microphone. I can hear you now.
Okay, then you know what? Let me sit down.
Off to a great start.
Yeah, he sounds great.
I think sometimes if you're using this microphone on your laptop, if you turn your head, then it goes away.
Yeah, well,
So go ahead.
Is that better?
It's fantastic. Way better.
Is that better, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, it's better.
Okay. So I'll try to present the evidence.
Matt Weaver, thank you for the 5 gift memberships. Make sure you got gift memberships turned on, because if you don't, you can't get one for free. If you,
great.
yeah, off to a great start. This is some of the funniest back and forth with some technical issues we've seen with Manning. So just, stick with it.
As it lines up with the narrative attached to the petition.
No, Mr. Lewis, it's just fading out. You're turning your head. Mr. Reed, on that Zoom,
I don't know what you
on
mean.
There should be a phone number on the Zoom link, right?
We don't put it on the notice, but I'm pulling it up now and I'll put it in the chat.
All right, Mr. Lewis,
Yeah, let me
the chat.
dial in. Give me 1 second. I don't see the number.
She's gonna put it in the chat.
It's free doing the
Put it
Lord's
in the
work.
chat for you really quick. Let me hear from Miss Maverly Williams and and Miss Raven Williams really quick.
So he's having so many technical issues, Creed. We're just going to go ahead and go to the next case.
Probably not a bad idea. Look at the balding on Jared.
Oh, isn't that embarrassing? Very thin.
Maverly Williams and Raven Williams. Back to Lewis in a second. All right, Miss Maverly Williams, do you have any witnesses other than yourself?
No, I don't.
All right, what about you, Miss Raven Williams?
No.
Okay, both of you raise your right hand for me. Y'all swear affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. You just both nod your heads for me.
And Joan.
All right,
Joan
Miss Maverly
would-
Williams, go ahead and you put your hands down. Go ahead, Miss Maverly Williams, tell me what's happened. I want to hear what's happened between the two of you. Not Miss Raven Williams and someone else, just the two.
Spoiler
of you,
alert.
Okay, and I don't want to hear anything that anyone else said that's not here.
Oops.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so go ahead.
On
Huh. So her audio just
Well,
went.
your microphone's not working.
That sounds great.
it's not.
That sounds like the
It
first
is now,
video
but I'm
of
not
every
sure why.
We Gotta
What's the-
Chase.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
A little loud.
What's you just say?
no, it's not working good.
She's doing a great job.
Can't hear you. Nope.
House. She
Williams. I'm not
see.
sure, but your
Thank you for
microphone
doing
is-
so.
Once again, it's going in and out. So it's not working good either. So sometimes if you have it running through Bluetooth, it's
Two in a
not gonna
row.
work well. So while you figure that out, now Mr. Lewis is reconnected. Let's go back to the Lewis case. We'll get back to the
Now we're
video.
going back.
Please be good.
You gotta take it off mute though, Mr. And mute your
Thank God it's
computer. else you're
early
gonna get a lot of
today.
feedback.
Yeah,
Imagine
first
it's
thing.
better.
Yeah.
Better. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Jordan Lewis.
Okay. What I was trying to say, Your Honor, was that I'm going to try to present the evidence in somewhat of a sequential manner as it's laid out in the narrative provided with the petition.
Big words.
The respondent has a history of doing this over many years. There's probably at least 4 or 5 individuals with protective orders against him currently.
Damn.
And I hadn't heard from him in 5 or
4 or 5 people already have protective orders against Jared. Jared. Seems
God,
like
I wish.
Jared kind of looks like my brother. little bit.
Oh, thank you
hold
so
on.
much.
Very important stuff here.
We
Hold on. Sorry.
We always wanted to be really big on Twitch, you know?
One day,
Yeah, it's my
as
dream.
soon as we start gaming more.
For 6
Right.
years since the last time he threatened me. He happens to be my older adopted brother.
Older adopted brother.
All right. Well, can't say I'm too surprised about that.
And there's 2 of us that are biological, and my oldest brother is adopted. He's also done something similar to my other biological brother, as well as my parents, who have all sought protective orders against him. And now
done something
Mr. Jordan Lewis.
with my
Mr.
brother.
Jordan Lewis, let me go ahead. Let me interrupt you real quick. I'm adopted too, but to me, that really doesn't matter because he's your brother.
So that came back to bite him in the ass just a tiny bit because Judge
yeah.
Manning's adopted as well.
Yeah. So
He made it sound like, you're right.
Yeah.
He's obviously insane. He's adopted.
we're watching a baseball game and nobody's gotten a hit yet.
So you don't have to differentiate between the two because even though I'm adopted, but go ahead.
Understood, Your Honor. I do think it is relevant because, there's been issues with that my whole life.
I know.
But in any case, I'll just move on to the evidence. So, Honor, about I have to share my screen here.
4 minutes is fine.
A little screen sharing.
Can you see it? Yeah.
I can see it. Can you
Okay.
see it,
Fine.
Mr. Jared Lewis?
I'm looking now. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let me just read this.
All right, go ahead.
So Honor, about January 10th, as stated in the narrative in the TPO, I received about 6 or 7 phone calls, as well as text messages, threatening that there's going to be reparations against me, that he will be contacting my wife and employer.
Is reparations the right word? I thought it was repercussions. Reparations. I thought that was something you paid somebody. Is that even the right word, Creed?
Do you mean when we go off on all those political tangents like we do here on YouTube? What do you mean?
I don't think we have anything. Free speech means I can say whatever I want. Absolutely. I'm for me doing whatever I want.
Warriors over. Yes.
Auditing the courtrooms.
That's right.
On the same day, he sent repeated calls and texts to my parents, and left them voicemails as well.
Holy crap.
Coming for my legal license and my career and my job. And he refers to me as their golden boy, Your Honor, because.
So he's calling his parents and he's arguing with his parents and he's calling him the golden boy. It's getting deep.
I like that. The golden boy.
Oh, is the golden boy there? Tell him I said F off. Coming for the golden boy. That belt's mine. Golden boy. That's what a slight. That's what I thought. Reparations, yeah.
I'm the youngest, I guess, and for whatever reason,
he's the baby.
Referred to me as such. So he told my parents he's coming to get their golden boy, and he specifically states on the voicemail that I'm going to play for you that he's doing it to hurt my parents. But so this is the police report that I filed on or about January 10th with the Roswell police.
Sorry, I'd embrace golden boy.
Yeah, that's a great name.
I would. The narrative right here.
I'd get a shirt made and wear it to Thanksgiving dinner. Where's the golden boy seat?
I mean, tell me that's not a great wrestling name.
Oh, absolutely. The Golden Boys going for the belt at WrestleMania. Taking on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I only filed a police report at that time, Your Honor.
Isn't there an Eddie Murphy movie, The Golden Child, where he had to go and rescue the kid because the kid had powers and stuff?
Sounds great.
It's a terrible movie.
Then I didn't hear anything from him until January 30th, which I'll show you. So this is a screenshot of the missed calls from my telephone. Now, as you'll see, there's one call in there that's no caller ID. He uses, he's a professional stalker. He does this to many people. So he uses these apps that mask his number. So that's why it looks like all within a span of 5 minutes, my wife, who was sitting right next to me, called me, as well as my parent, my dad, friends of mine, my wife a number of times while she was sitting next to me. So these calls are all from him, and he also left.
That's not true, Your Honor. That's not true, Your Honor.
So we're blaming him he's calling everybody from those ghosted numbers we hear about constantly.
That's very hard to pin that on somebody because I get a lot of
is.
spam risks and just random strange calls. I don't think you can. I mean, I'm just guessing as a judge.
Maybe not all of those are from him, unless he leaves a message like, "Hey, golden boy, it's me,
golden boy." Speaking of gold, that's almost gold, anyways. Thank you.
Hey, boy, it's me, Jared.
Called him. That is not true, Your Honor.
Mr. Jared Lewis, let me tell you, everybody on him, I will go ahead and take judicial notice that both sides think the other side's lying. So I'll hear from you in a second, okay?
Judicial
I'll
notice.
now play the first voicemail that was left on my personal phone, because after that he went on to start calling my work phone. Please let me know if you're unable to hear it, and I'll make it louder.
So all right, well, you got it. If you share it, okay, yeah, we'll see.
I'm about to play it, Your Honor.
It had a budget of 12 to 24.5 million, by the way.
Did you hit the button?
That's a lot
to
for
share
back then.
audio also?
From the 80s.
Oh,
when you share your screen, there's a button you have to mark and share audio.
Well, so far, just because he called a few
join
times,
audio?
no number, Hector.
It may say join audio or share audio, so you may have to stop sharing and then reshare.
Again, we're about to listen to some messages from Jared, and Jared uses colorful language. So if you got this really loud somewhere and you don't want other people to hear it, now is your chance to put on some headphones.
It might actually have been pretty good. Like Rotten Tomatoes is a really low score, and IMDb is 5.9 out of 10. Any ones or below are fantastic. Rotten Tomatoes, I think, gets it completely wrong, but that's just
I want the knife.
She says share sound, maybe.
Let's see. Whatever it says. I'm not IT.
Okay, let's see if this works.
God,
you think you're gonna fucking get away with fucking raping a fucking innocent girl, bro? I'm never gonna let it happen, bro. I'm coming after you. Coming after your fucking whole family. Coming after your job, your fucking well-being, everything, bro. I'm coming after you. You ain't getting away with it, bro. No matter how fucking hard you try to fucking leave the state like a little pussy because you knew you were gonna fucking lose your law license. No matter how hard you try, bro, I'm coming after you. I'm going to tell Lindsay's father, Lindsay's mother, everybody what you did. You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking rapist. You're a pedophile. And I can't wait to put you in prison so you get fucked in your fucking ass every day.
I mean, that's quite the
thank you
the
for that.
menu.
You gave a little bit of a warning, but
we
covered it all.
This is the first of like 3 we're going to listen to.
Yes. Do you get that feeling, that Godfather feeling from this guy? Like he's
bro, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your family. They all deserve to know what you did.
Modern day Sopranos.
I'm going to have you put away, bro. And when you go away, you're not coming out. And if you do, you're coming out a girl. A girl. A lot of accusations inside that as well. That
I was going to say, I hate people that throw out things like that without just a little bit. Like throw in some. Well, then again, he didn't think that was going to be played in court either, though. But I mean, still, listen. If you're going to throw those kind of things at somebody,
I'm guessing he thinks his bro knows what's going on. Maybe. I'm assuming that this is not something that he just pulled out of nowhere. There's got to be something into this.
He tried to warn us, Rose, but it wasn't ready for that. But
I guess I should have wrote it on paper and held it up like this.
that's the only way I learn.
Read this now. Coming for you, bro.
Like you deserve. You fucking creep, motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm gonna get my day. I promise you. I will not stop until I do. You're a fucking pedophile motherfucker. Understand?
Almost sounds a little like Bobo for a moment.
Slightly. Can you play that Godfather music again?
Yes, of course.
I gave you every opportunity, Jordan.
Bro.
But you again dishonor me and my effing family.
Bro.
You piece of garbage. That's a great first phone call.
I can't hear what you said, Jordan.
Sorry, were you able to hear that?
Okay, I was able to hear that, yes.
Okay, I will now play. Then, yeah, he then left a voicemail on my work phone that I will play.
Mr. Lewis, what was the date on that
You're
call?
gonna be the golden shower
January
boy
30th,
when I send you to prison.
Okay, and this one is the same day. This is immediately thereafter he started calling my work phone. So I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
That's what happens when you rape somebody.
Oh,
Jared.
Brother. And guess what? I'll call you at whatever number I have to. But I'm telling you right now, you're not getting away with fucking raping my cousin.
okay.
Oh,
A name has been dropped.
a family member. Of his.
He is alleging it's something to do with a family member inappropriateness.
No, Angela, that reminds me. Going to be kind of a little bit of a weird week.
I will not be here tomorrow. I'm taking entire day off tomorrow for my birthday. So no,
and then Friday I'm going to be MIA for the vast majority, and then we're almost going to be completely on track starting next week. Just going to be a little bit of a weird.
Just in time for me to get ready to leave and head off to LA.
Perfect time.
We get like one normal week this month.
Jared did get that. That was him saying that, right?
Yeah, he slipped that in real quick about the that's what you get for being a rapist.
I'm kind of surprised that Judge Manning didn't stop that real quick.
Like really big. Like, hey, that's a huge thing you just said. Like, whoa, don't say that no more, Jared.
Yeah, listen, if he really did that, that's obvious. But I don't know if I believe much of this. Just the way that he's coming off towards
it's a weird thing to just out of nowhere bring up, though. That's like left field, right?
That's not something you typically go after somebody for. What's he got? There, how was that, Flush?
Creed's birthday is a week after mine.
It is 13th. What day does that fall on?
I'm gonna say Monday.
Ugh.
Terrible. That's just ain't much better than Tuesday.
I know it
You're
really
not
is.
law. You're done. Okay, pal. All right. So whatever you want to do, fucking call me. 516-601-9971.
Got that, Carol?
Bro. Okay. Be a man. Stand up for yourself and stop hiding, bro. Because you're a fucking pussy, a rapist, a pedophile. Okay? Your wife, her family deserves to know what you are. You don't deserve the child that you have. That's why your child was born in the situation that she was born in because of you. Okay?
I wonder what that meant. Your child was born into the situation it was because of you. You cousin loving thing.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. Say that. What did he say again? Hold on.
He said, your child, you don't deserve to have a child. Your child was born in the way it was born because of you and your situation. You don't have the right to come back to New York.
Courtesy.
This guy.
I pray that she's okay. And I don't wish nothing bad on anybody. But I will tell you this, man. Reparations are coming for you, bro.
Reparations
I'm
again.
gonna make sure that you
Chase.
suffer for the rest of fucking life, just like I've suffered the whole beginning of my life.
Thank you, bro.
Because of what your fucking sick mother and sick father did to me as a kid.
Oh.
Okay?
More
Now it's
truth.
coming for you.
Truth bombs, Creed.
Pike, thank you. And Angela with 10 bones. Thank you both. Hallelujahs.
Your child was born the way it was born because it wasn't a masculine child. May your second child be a masculine child.
You're done.
You're done.
Fletcher, you're done.
You're done.
Thank you for all the birthday wishes, by the way.
I promise you that.
Thank you, Pass.
Okay, I'll now play. There was a subsequent voicemail. It's much shorter. That was left right after that on my work phone.
Call me bro. I love you. Bye. Just
Yeah.
What? Who wouldn't call them after a great phone call just like that? I mean,
Well, it's like all those ones that we've heard where there has been, some abuse from, and then she's like, I love you.
Mm-hmm. Miss you. Bye. Wow, these are great.
It might have. The way that he said that,
I don't know.
But that's some pretty big speculation on our part. We'll hopefully
tons of speculation.
Hear more. God almighty.
Same date?
Next call, pal.
Yes, Your Honor. This is immediately. Yeah.
Next
immediately
call,
right
pal.
You did say that, right? How is she letting this happen? I'm kind of surprised.
Next call, pal.
Oh, that was on the message.
Oh, that was on the message. Okay. I thought that was Jared.
Here comes another one, pal.
Another one.
I'll talk to you soon when you got the balls to answer the phone, you fucking little pussy.
The
mob
next voice message, Your Honor, was left
little P word.
Same day. I believe this next one is left on my mother's phone. However, it's relevant because there are physical
I
threats.
object, Your Honor. That has nothing to do with this case.
Well, I think, Your Honor, when you hear the physical threats.
Mr. Jordan Lewis, that's on your mom's phone, and it wasn't a call to you.
He makes physical threats to me in the call, Your Honor.
But where is your mom so that she can authenticate it?
She's in North Carolina, and she's also filed an order.
North Carolina.
Huh. Imagine that.
Don't be coming in here bringing all this trouble. I'll tell him, look here, you're not allowed in North Carolina, bro.
There's protection against him setting forth all of these facts in the petition there as well. Which I'll
In an effort to protect this, in an effort to protect this man who's a rapist and a pedophile, who is going to be arrested in the next week or two.
He's going to be arrested in the next week or two?
How the hell do you know that, Jared?
Jared's got some information he's going to have to share with us. We need more information.
I'm so on the fence with these two because Jared, I'm not a big fan of, and well, Jordan, especially if he did any of that, allegedly.
Jordan does look rather weaselly. I mean, I will say that. Just from
I can see why there's some protection orders needed. I can certainly get that so far.
Here's some anger.
By the NYPD for rape.
Right, so Mr. Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a minute. Anything else other than that message from your mother, Mr. Jordan Lewis?
Yes, of course.
Tons,
Your Honor, I mean, how is it not relevant where he threatened to beat the fucking shit out of me?
Your mom would have to be here to authenticate it. You know the rules of evidence. I can't,
Well,
yeah, he's supposed to be
Your
a
Honor,
lawyer.
Your Honor, message, he states who he
Oh,
is.
is he?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
All right.
And he
well,
doesn't understand how this works.
Imagine how bad it would be if he showed up without any receipts.
Mm.
He states who he's talking to. It's the same voice, and he says, "Mom." He threatens.
it's a message to her. It's not a message to you, Mr. Lewis. So just move on to the next one. I've heard these three. What else?
Okay, let me see.
You told him to stop calling you.
I'm sorry?
When have you told him to stop calling you?
He never did, Your Honor.
When have I told him to stop calling? I of course I did. I told him not to contact me, and like probably 6 years ago, Your Honor, the last time you said.
Allegedly.
You never said that.
And Jared Lewis, I'll hear from you in just a second. Go ahead, Mr. Lewis. What else you got?
That's
Sure. So I guess let me see if this. Let me just check this voicemail. I think you're not going to want to hear it because these are threats made against me to my parents.
Well, I don't want to hear the voicemail to your parents' phone. I want to hear anything else directly to you.
But there was no threat to him, Your Honor. There was no physical threat to him. There was no terroristic threat, and there was no harassment, and there was no stalking.
I'm putting you back on mute because you keep interrupting. I said I'm not.
Maybe he's the kind of lawyer that does like wills and like you sell a piece of land.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you got to think. This could be way out of his wheelhouse, but still, you should have a little bit of an idea of.
Gonna lose your wall license. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. You're gonna be your ass will be knee deep.
Is that what a wall license is? Is it like slang for?
He does construction. Durham, North Carolina. I think I saw on here.
Oh,
where was it?
RDU.
Right there, Durham County, right here. So they're up there by Raleigh. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hear the voicemail to y'all's parents. So go ahead, Mr. Lewis. Next, move on.
Okay, so this is the protective order filed by my father that he'll have a hearing on in the state of North Carolina in a few days. Are you interested in seeing? This is verified.
I see that he's got a TPO, and that's fine. So he filed it there.
Yeah, name of Clayton Fred Lewis.
I'll just take notice of that, but I don't need to see
Sure.
Fred would be dad.
Here's one that's filed by my mother.
Sherry is.
Okay.
The moms.
Oh, Sherry.
Now, about 5 years ago, he did the same thing to my other brother.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
This is where he got obtained an order of protection against him.
Todd Lewis.
And he, you know.
So mom and dad have one in the works. It hasn't gone to court yet here in North Carolina.
Yeah, so that doesn't look very good.
And his other brother, Todd, he has one as well against them. Like everybody's coming after it. I mean, it's either all against one or one against all. We just don't know just from listening.
I mean, it sheds some light on the fact that
family don't want anything to do with them.
Yeah, I guess that's about the only side. In UCLA, right here, this is what I was. See, that's kind of what I was thinking there is that, yeah, I mean, you could be practicing completely other kinds of law, but I'm thinking that road to get there, you would learn that.
A little something.
Yeah, that kind of gives you an idea. But anyways, we move on.
I'll show you if you want to see more, but pretty much he filed false reports with Child Protective Services in the state of New York, claiming that my brother, just as now,
that's just your brother. Just focus on what else he's done to you.
Oh, come on, we could. Yes,
Your Honor, I think it's highly relevant that he has outstanding warrants violating.
He's got some. That's fine. I don't need to know the details. They were granted. That's good enough. You got they were granted. That's good enough for me.
I wonder what he accused the other brother of.
So it's not relevant.
Well,
for example,
remember he did say something about doing something with the other brother. It was just odd the way he said that. I don't know.
You and your brother.
God bless.
All I really want to hear about right now, Mr. Jordan Lewis, is anything else between the two of you.
This mugshot.
Okay. 1 second.
He's got it all.
Here's a threat that was made to me, as well as my brother and his ex-wife. This is a text message from Jared.
Is that to you?
This is to my brother. You, Andrew, that's and Jordan. That's my name, Jordan.
Mr. Jordan Lewis. That's here's. I mean, it's him. It's not your brother's. What else between you and him only?
Right, a fight, I guess, that you have with your brother.
Mr. Williams, did y'all come to an agreement?
Yeah, and you can't put up a text message he sent somebody else.
Hold on, Mr. Lewis. What did you guys come to an agreement on?
We came to a consent with respect to a stay away. Again, I know.
So, all right.
Again, the time's passed.
While Mr. Bad Audio tells them about a case that we were not going to see that just has something to do with a stay away and things like that, let's run over what we've got here. We've got the two brothers. Jared has made some crazy accusations towards Jordan. Jordan, who I like that he framed his certificates there on the wall in this shot. Very cocky.
Yeah.
What's everybody thinking so far? Just what we've seen.
I tell you, I'm very much on the fence, but I'm siding with the fact that Jared is a little mental, I believe. Not that Jordan's perfect by any means, but
is it his ginger beard that gives you the
yes,
or would it be those incredibly awesome messages that we all got to hear a second ago?
I mean those messages were pretty bad. Very quickly, we'll jump over just a quick flower check and bag check. It's Monday. They're fresh. They're nice.
She got 2 assortments.
3, I think.
Well,
looks like the pink in the middle, and
somebody loves hair. Back to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That he has a history of doing this to many people is relevant. So,
speaking of that,
all right, Mr. Jared Lewis, let me hear what else you got to say now.
Your Honor, as far as the complaint's concerned, I mean, it states on there terroristic threats, harassment, harassing communications, stalking. Nothing that I have done fits those definitions. Your Honor, my brother Jordan here, and it is documented with
here, Mr. Jared Lewis, is stuff that pertains to you calling him and threatening him. Nothing about any other disagreement y'all have on the side. Just he says he's told you to stop contacting him, and
which is false. He never said that. I mean, I haven't even received a text, not even a phone call back. He has not even answered the phone, Your Honor. As you can see, he was just playing messages that I left because he did not answer the phone and did not respond. He did rape and he did diddle my cousin for his whole entire life. He's a
all right, so there that is. He's being accused of diddling. And I believe I will steal this line from Georgia by saying the diddler went down to Georgia.
He's an attorney, as you well know. He should not be practicing law as far as I'm concerned. And he's going to be arrested within the next couple of weeks by the NYPD. My story can be verified with the...
What I'm concerned with is not any type of, I mean, you know, I don't know Mr. Lewis. He's a member of the bar.
Correct, which he should not be.
So, well, I mean, he passed the very vigorous background check and everything else that they do before you can get admitted to the bar. He's admitted to the bar. So he, of the character that he was able to take the state bar, and once he passed it, he was admitted to practice law in the state of Georgia. So what I want to know is why you keep calling him when he doesn't want you to call him.
Well, I was never informed that he didn't want me to call him. I figured that he would want to know that he's going to be arrested. My parents as well should know that he's getting arrested. Nothing that I've done as far as communicating with them that has been a threat.
He seems pretty confident that this guy's going to get arrested. And maybe, just maybe, Jordan's a little worried. I don't know. He's got a look on his face of a little concern.
I said, yeah, he's done. He shouldn't be practicing law. Yes, that's correct. That's the truth. That was not a threat, though, Your Honor. There was no threats of physical violence. There was no threats of me coming there. I live in New York, Your Honor, on Long Island. There was no threats of me coming to Georgia or to anywhere else that he may be to intimidate him or anything like that. So therefore, I kind of feel like this is just a last.
He lives in New York and he's in Georgia. So maybe he just wants it so he can't contact them. Maybe that's it. And yeah, we'll see.
way of silencing me and my cousin.
Thank you for the
from getting
birthday
himself
gift.
arrested, and losing his license to practice law, which is inevitably what's going to happen to him. Like I said, I basically don't feel like there's any need for a restraining order or anything like that, because there is no physical threat or any type of violence that will be ensued. Everything will be done legally, of course. My cousin is in the process of pressing charges against him. He's already verified this story with the FBI.
The FBI Creed's involved. Must be real.
First of all, is he really from Long Island? Because he just called it Long Island. I don't think anybody that lives
He's
in Long
adopted,
Island.
Creed. He could just be partially from Long Island.
And the NYPD, is it going to take them a week and a half to drive all the way to Georgia to pick up Jordan?
Maybe.
And listen, wouldn't you have a weird look on your face as well if you were being accused of what you've been accused of?
I would be like throwing my hands up in the air going crazy, like, are you kidding me?
That's the most that's like super allegedly that he lives in Long Island. Come on now. FBI. CIA next.
Oh, look at this. Cousin may be a liar too, Creed.
Could be. Anybody else surprised that the cousin, I believe, is female, because talked about getting pregnant.
Female cousin. He's diddling the entire life. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. If half of what Jared is saying is true, it's messed up real bad. Like real bad. Jordan.
Very bad.
Shame.
That Mr. Jared knows that's not relevant to here today. So anything else you want to say about what here today that's going on between the two of y'all?
Yeah, like I said, well, no, anything. I think I've already said it. Like I said, there was no threat, no stalking, no harassment, as he stated on this fraudulent report that he made up with. He also said that I called him from other numbers and things like that. No, I did not, Your Honor. I called him from my number. I left him a message at his work, and I left him a message on his two cell phones. One message a piece. There's nothing else to it other than that. Which is, I didn't know calling somebody was against the law, Your Honor.
Your Honor, sorry, I actually forgot that there was an additional voicemail that was left with my employer.
Damn. He called his boss.
When you say left with your employer, you mean left like on the main line?
I'll tell you right now, I reported him to his employer. I felt his employer should know that he's going to have that they have somebody who's a rapist and a pedophile working for them and a child molester.
That's a lot of stuff. If what Jared is saying is untrue, oh my God, Jordan, you got a lot of explaining to do to folks.
Yeah, and then Jared sitting here going, I didn't know I didn't know I couldn't call him.
He never told me to stop. He just didn't answer like a P word, golden boy.
Been torturing this poor girl since she's 12 years old.
12 years
and it's
old?
been going on for 20 something years, and now he's going to sit here behind his law desk and try and hide from it, is basically what's happening here.
It's been going on for 20 years.
That's quite a long time.
Look at the look on Jordan's face right now, though. Perfect pause spot.
What do you think that look is?
That's him looking like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Don't you worry, buddy. Because he just got done saying about diddling for 20 years, and then he smiles like this. I would not be smiling right now.
It's like a smirk.
Yeah, he's like,
it's almost like he's proud of that. If
it's allegedly true, yeah.
Do that. We're just taking a tiny little snippet here out of a lot of context, but that doesn't.
Creed, that's why we're here for critical analysis.
That's true.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Well, now, I'm not saying, I'm not making any sort of judgment on anything, but right now he is a member in good standing. Period. So that's all I know.
Your Honor,
I don't think the lawyer thing should play into it, but okay.
Left with my employer.
I don't think I need you to play it. I think anything else.
No, I hope you were able to hear the recordings well enough to hear the threats that I quoted in the petition.
I was. All right. Anything else, Mr. Jericho?
No, that's it, Your Honor, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, well, whatever's going on anywhere else, that can take place. He doesn't want you to call him. He says he's made it clear. I would think if I'd receive phone calls like this, that I would also make it clear that I didn't want whoever's calling.
There it is again.
Messages like that.
There's that smirk again, Creed.
The smirk's throwing me off.
It really is. It's I don't know.
That's the second one now during this moment, and I don't know how I feel like that about that.
Smirky.
Me. So I'm going to put this in place for 12 months. So Mr. Jared Bush can't call him, can't reach out to him, can't contact him, can't have third parties contact him. There's something that you think has going on somewhere else, then let law enforcement do what they got to do. But you need to leave Mr. Jordan Lewis alone. And as long as both of you have put your emails in the chat, I'll send you a copy of the order later this afternoon. Y'all stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. So before we start this next case, I'm just really torn on this one because there is some serious accusations being made right now by Jared.
That I think Grotto and Yuna, a couple others in the chat, are onto something there with that, and possibly trying to get under Jared's skin a little bit with a smirk like that.
It's a tragedy. I mean, that two brothers can't get along like this, and they got to do this kind of stuff.
I also feel as if Jared thought that this was like, because he's coming in swinging, right? I mean, you can't go above and beyond the allocation.
Somebody obviously has told. I think maybe this cousin did tell all this stuff to Jared. Because I mean, I make it up and then say, "Yeah, Susan told me this."
But at the same time, if something like that were to happen, I find it odd for the family, pretty much the entire family, to take on Jordan's side, seemingly 100%.
Well, he's the golden boy,
but he is the golden boy.
He's not adopted, like Jared is.
Good point.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot. I mean, and maybe this is something that's just come to light. Maybe this cousin has just started. I mean, it doesn't seem like this has been going on between the two of them forever. Seems like it's something that's just cropped up here recently.
Yeah. Well, that was a hell of a case. And by the way, it does suck when you think about families having that much animosity against each other.
Yeah. So we're going to do one more before we bounce out of here. The Williams versus Williams. A lot of similarities for the other case, except for no accusations of inappropriate touching.
Okay. All right. We've had enough of that for one day.
If he was in the chat, you can go ahead and leave. All right. Maverly Williams, let's test your microphone again, Miss Williams. Go ahead.
Baby,
Yes,
can you hear
sir.
me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now y'all both switch one in, so go ahead.
Okay. On December the 21st, no, December 19th, I'm sorry. My daughter and her two girls came over because they had a fire in her building, her apartment building in Stone Mountain, where she resides there. However, I let her come in, and on that Monday, I talked to all three of them and told them there are rules in my house. And the rule is now picking up their clothes, doing this, that, and the other
Thought you said they were
around the
adding the
house.
rules in there.
Also, no drugs, no alcohol. So I talked to them about it. I said, do you all understand? I talked to them individually. Do it together. You understand? They said,
Miss Maverly, let me ask you a question. Who is Miss Raven to you?
Raven is, I know you don't want to hear the word adoption, but
your daughter.
yeah, she's my daughter.
Okay.
She's my daughter, only child.
Okay.
And I only child.
Well, I just, Miss Meg.
So Raven is adopted as well. So it's
all right.
Double adoption day. Do you think Miss Williams has a huge like chart on the wall of the house rules? Like when you go to an amusement park or something like that, you know, it's got all of it up there and you better remember.
Do you think it's like Discord and when you walk into her house, you got to check the little verify thing that you can't find?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Hard to find. By the way, let's not call her Miss Williams just because I mean that is nice to do, but I just love the name Marverly.
I called her Miss Williams because I can't say Marverly.
Marverly. Say it together. Marverly.
And she has beautiful glasses.
She does have nice glasses.
My opinion on that, and it being me, is that I think that when it's like that, I think I was chosen by my folks.
That's what I told her. That's exactly what I told her.
So that's why I think it's so special about it, and that's why I have to really differentiate. Because I was picked as a group of people. So
because she came from my home. Reason why she asked my mom, and my mom told her. But I thought that was.
I think it's fabulous. Ms. Mabley, I think it's fabulous that you chose to go adopt a child. That's fabulous. More people should probably do that. So, what exactly did Miss Raven specifically do to you?
It's impossible to find that little green.
Okay. So this is the thing. On December the 21st, which is a Wednesday, I came home from work, and I had her daughter with me, and her daughter and I came in, and I was telling her that the refrigerator was open, and I put my hand in there because it
that annoys me.
They left the refrigerator open?
I get it.
Like they just opened it and walked away?
I've seen people do that. And you know what? I've seen it on reality shows too. It makes me nuts. Like people will just keep that thing open. I'm like, do you have any idea how long that damn thing is going to run? Bring it back down to temperature.
Not
even just putting in
that,
groceries.
The food could go bad. I like that she said she put her hand in there to check the temperature.
Yeah, I should just put it right in there. Oh, yeah, warm.
Baby, that's not right.
This is my favorite JG.
Warm. The food that I had in there, I told them they have to keep it closed. And I told her that her daughter had been acting up, and I wouldn't let her come to the shop where I work for 2 days. I told her I'm done with that. That's what I said. Okay, I go to the bedroom, and there is a tray with weed on it. And I told her,
a tray with weed? Who's you?
Do people keep weed on a tray?
No, of course they don't. You put the proper stuff on a tray, not weed. Come on, that is so that's embarrassing, man.
There's no way she had the weed tray out.
Why is that a thing?
That was one of the top things you weren't supposed to do in the house. I heard it right before alcohol.
Yeah, no weed trays, bro. God, dude.
She should have saw her bringing it in. Like, whoa.
No alcohol, Miss Sapp. She said no alcohol, alcohol.
No alcohol or drugs. Judge Manning.
Hell, you ain't smoking in this house. I don't know how I got there. So I'm going back to the kitchen, and she said, I'm sick of this. I want to get effing out of here. I said, you can leave now. You take your children, your
Them
clothes,
badass kids out of here.
So I go in the dining room is adjacent to the living room, and she started calling me B's and H's and all that stuff, throwing her clothes at me.
H's? Did she say B's and H's?
Oh, bitch, I get it. What's the H's?
Was she calling this fine, outstanding woman I don't know what word.
What is like a derogatory or swear word that's hell?
Ho, maybe?
Ho? How would you call Miss Maver Marverly Williams.
I mean, B,
maybe
I get you, but H,
whore with a silent W. I don't know.
UH, honey.
Seriously, what is? That's the only thing I can think of. Yes,
Yeah.
How could you call her a
Sweetest young lady?
And I said, I'm not going to stand for you or no one else to call me out of my name. How dare you talk to your mother like that? You've never been a mother to me. I said, okay. She was erratic. I said, I don't know what kind of drugs and alcohol you're on, but I won't stand for it. So I went to the den to call 911. I proceeded to talk to them and tell them my daughter was erratic.
She called 911 because she called her a B word and an H word.
See, there is some. Hag is one of them.
You old hussy.
Oh, I like heifer the most, though.
Heifer sounds good.
Heifer's great.
Maybe.
Oh, but I mean, it's coming from the daughter. I mean, that's such like an old term, right?
That's kind of like harlot, hussy,
right?
Jezebel.
There's quite a bit. Home record. There is a lot of H's, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm all right. We should be on a game show together, you guys.
Whoozy.
Chat.
Dirty old whoozy.
And she was throwing things and toys at me. And then I'm on the phone and she pulls the phone out from my ear, out of the wall.
Oh,
I said, what are you doing? I said, you're not showing your days.
Well, what do you have a phone in your ear for anyways?
Don't you know a landline is impossible to replace? I mean, we've heard a lot of stuff. Anytime you do phone stuff, you're going to get that TPO against you because touching people's phones and stuff. Ooh.
You guys with all these H's, Hungarian hamburger, I'm back. Hood rat, hoochie mama. Think about that one.
Yeah, got a lot. Got a lot.
By the way, all right, it's funny that she has when it's so out of her ear. But you couldn't yank a cord hard enough, I don't think, a phone cord anyways.
Maybe.
You'd have to go and take the phone.
Depends on what kind of phone she has. Maybe she has the old rotary dial or something.
I guarantee you that wall phone has one of those 50-footers that isn't even curled up anymore because she
my grandma used to walk around the entire trailer.
Step over it, right? You'd have to step over it and through things. And
should be all the way at the stove cooking, in the dining room eating. Should be all over the place, sitting into the living room watching TV.
Baba Booey. No, I'm on parole. You know that. I said, well, that's good. Good for me. I said, but you need to leave. I'm giving you time to leave. The police is coming, and I'm giving you time to leave. So I get my coat on, and I move, and I said, where are my keys to this house? She said she didn't know where the effing keys were.
I know that.
I don't know where they are. You find the effing keys, B. So I said, I'm giving you time to leave, so I'm going to move my car. And that by that time, her daughter comes and go with me down to the hill. And I sit there.
What is down to the hill?
One of my pastors.
I don't know.
What is that in her terms? What is down to the heel?
Down to the heel. I'm on probate. I'm on parole. Good for me. I don't even know what that. So we found Raven is on. She's been in trouble with the law before. So.
Oh, and a quick PSA. You should still have a wall phone. Because even when the power is effing out, it still works. Keep that in mind. The more you know.
But then you can't make any phone calls because then you got to pay long distance charges.
Well,
one county over.
The friends called me. She had called them and told me that she had 2 guns. I said, I know she has 2 guns. That's why I'm walking away and I'm waiting on the police. So the police comes and he talks to her, and she's on the phone with my pastor and saying, y'all don't know this, B. she this, that, and the other. And
Mary Lou Wooten Fitzgerald. She just said Raven called Marvelli's pastor. And while she's on the phone with the pastor, she's using curse words with the pastor. That she's a B. Y'all don't know this B.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that. Pastors don't like that. I love her editing, though. She is great. She could do FM radio
at church, and just calling me out of my. You see, she's calling me out of my name. She's a
calling me out of my name.
Said, well, what is this? She's changed the light bulbs to this blue bulb with stars and stuff all in the house. And he said, I can't see. So we go to the den. I said, come on to the den. And he said, talk to Raven. What was going on? Oh, man, cussing and fussing. I said, no, I fussed because of the fact I gave you all the duties. And I told you the rules of the house. Every house have a rule, and this is the rule of my house. So long story short, the police officer said that because I allowed her to come, I thought it was 3 days, but it wasn't. If I look back at it, it's 2 days, not even a half, because it was 8 o'clock that night. So it wasn't 24 hours. And he said, I can't ask her to leave. I said, well, I've got to go. I said, she has 2 felons. She's on probation. She has 2 guns. I love myself enough to leave.
That's enough to get her arrested right there. Have a felon having a pew pew?
I would think we could make this very, very simple and call the police about the fact that if she's got 2, she said 2, I think she said she's got 2 felons, which would be felonies. If that's the case, she certainly can't have any pew pews. Be very.
She would definitely go to prison for that.
Cracking me up for these.
I don't want to be a Christmas statistic. I said, so allow me to get my clothes and things and get out of my house. So when we got ready to leave.
Listen, what did you call her? Marvelly?
Yeah, Marvelly.
We all don't want to be a Christmas statistic, okay?
Christmas statistic is, I think about that every year. I'm like, man, am I going to be another Christmas statistic or what? Ruin Christmas.
I love this lady. She is great.
She is awesome.
Leave. She said, smooches B, this is my house. You don't, my grandmother put my name on the house. So I said, no, you're tripping. This is my house. My mother passed 2021. And before she passed, I got a quick deed, even though my name was on there. So I have that, if you need to see, that's my house. So I left. I've been gone since that day. And what I did do is I got to magistrate court because, Christmas was on a Sunday. And so I went down and filed the complaint with family violence. I had that on there. Domestic family violence is what I did do. I want this is because I work at a salon, and I don't want her coming up there acting or because they know she's my daughter, open the door and harass me. As well as the 2 houses that I have. One in the southeast area and one in the southwest area that I go to.
So she owns 2 houses and she don't want her coming to any of those. She works at a salon. She don't want her to come in there. But didn't Raven say a second ago that house was her house and she was staying at right now, that house belonged to her, that grandma gave it to her or something like that?
The plot thickens.
Maybe it's all about houses.
And now she's at that house now. She they served her. She didn't answer. So I had to get a written possession on her. And I'm currently waiting so that they
let me ask you a question. Are you feel intimidated, harassed, or in fear for your safety?
Yes, because Raven has gone to behavior management thing, the things that she has done to me, as well as this is over the years that I put up with. I have loved her unconditionally, Judge, and I feel threatened by her. Because I told her, she told me I was dead. When I told her she shortened her days, she said, "You shortened your days. I wish you were dead." Well, my husband had passed 3 years ago, so I took that seriously. That you wish that I was dead instead of your father. However, I have been gracious enough with her. I have. I've done a lot for Raven.
Raven was a daddy's. Raven was a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Raven has been to the best of schools. I even me and some others had sent Raven at 10 years old. She was in the gifted program, and she's been to Europe twice. We've been on trips.
World traveler.
And I did a lot for her kids, what a father wouldn't do for them. I did it.
I understand. You're in fear for your safety. You think that Miss Raven will harm you?
Ma'am?
You think you are in fear for your safety?
Yes, I am, and her girls as well.
Okay. All right, Miss. Let me hear from Miss Raven. Go ahead, Miss Raven. Let me hear from you.
The gifted Miss Raven.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi. So as she said, she adopted me and raised me. Long story short, I have been in my had been in my apartment in Stone Mountain for 2 years. I actually moved there November 13th of 2020. And on the 19th, as she stated, it did catch on fire. The building, our apartment didn't necessarily have a lot of damage. And so we carried an overnight bag. My Aunt Linda, who is my dad's sister, came to get me, and we did come over here at about 6 in the morning.
Hi.
Please stop. At about 6 in the morning. And so what she said is true. We were there for about 3 days. Mind you, the day that the apartment caught on fire, and I can turn in, T-Mobile has allowed me access to my phone records. How prior to this, my mother would call me about 9 and 10 times a day as if I was her best friend. And I also have text messages. But that's neither here nor there. Let me just go forward. We did come here, and because we were here about 2 or 3 days in, I say that Wednesday, we came that Monday morning. So maybe that Wednesday, she decided to take my oldest, who is 8 years old, with work to her. And she decided to leave me with the baby, which is not abnormal. She never babysat the youngest. She always got the oldest, unless I was in the hospital, which was 2 times. And then she got the baby, and then of course sent her home with me. And so she came in the house, and what she said is kind of true, but what she came in the house saying was, and I have phone records also for that day. I had talked to her about 5 or 6 times, jolly throughout the day, and I know whose hair she did that day. I can call them and have them testify. I was actually.
She's going to get them testify to that she was jolly. She was jolly as hell that day, Creed.
Yeah, although I gotta give Raven a little bit of credit where she's going with this. If her mother is calling quite a bit during the day, and then
you think maybe mom is deep in her business, and that's what's upset her.
That could very well be. So if that is the case, that's not typically something that you do if you're in that situation.
Yeah, you fearing for your life.
On the phone already with our pastor, already before she had even come in the house. At this time, I didn't know she was upset. I was already on the phone with my pastor. It was me, my pastor, and my best friend, Sunshine. I was trying to get Sunshine to talk to my pastor, and we were on a conference call. My mother came in. She had not even been home 15 minutes before she called the police. She came in belligerent. I'm sick of her. I am sick of her, and you don't discipline her. You don't whoop her. And if you don't whoop her, she's going to whoop off on your ass and all this stuff. So, yeah, we end up getting into a verbal altercation. I can't tell you what I would say in the verbal altercation, but what I can say is nobody ever asked me for keys. What happened is she went to the bottom. There's this house, and I can show you right now if you need. This house is on a hill. And she got in her car because she had just gotten here. She went to the bottom of the hill, called.
Back to the hill, Creed.
So the house is on the hill?
And she went to the bottom of the hill. Full circle.
From her cell phone, 911. And because when she came in, she was, cussing me out about whatever my 8-year-old did. And to this day, I still don't know what she did at work that made her so mad. She went to the bottom of the hill. She called 911. The next night I heard the police was here. So he asked, well, did she hit you? Did she do this? Did she do that? And, he kind of left out. He was like, okay, look, because like you said, she had 2 homes, which is this one, and then the one that she was going to give me. But I never accepted it, Your Honor. Even when I was facing eviction, I did all I could to get my rent money up to pay rent for an apartment because I refused to take a home from her because she does this when she gets mad. She gave me a 2002 Isuzu Rodeo, and I wouldn't buy the Jeep because every time she.
What did she say about rodeos?
Oh, you got to back that up. I don't understand that.
Do they go to rodeos?
Not take her to the rodeo when she was a kid? I
don't know.
I like the idea that the pastor's actually the father. I love that.
At hotmail.com.
Go with that.
Did she do this? Did she do that? And, he kind of left out. He was like, okay, look, because like you said, she had 2 homes, which is this one, and then the one that she was going to give me. But I never accepted it, Your Honor. Even when I was facing eviction, I did all I could to get my rent money up to pay rent for an apartment because I refused to take a home from her because she does this when she gets mad. She gave me a 2002 Isuzu Rodeo, and I went and bought a Jeep because every time she
got it. The first
Isuzu
Rodeo. Kiernoff got that on the first time buy. Look at you.
Good for you.
I mean, we may need to go back for a third.
These old ears don't do as well.
Isuzu.
God bless.
Man, she had the spare key. She'll just come and take it. So I don't like that. And so I went on and bought my own Jeep. That's just how she does. And so she said, I'm sick of her and all this stuff or whatever. And like I said, the police came in. And he said, well, you go to this house, this other house that you had, and you stay here. From there, I did not call Miss. No, I'm sorry. Actually, that night, the actual night of the incident, I did call Miss Williams. I checked on her. I said, are you okay? Are you safe? Me and the girls just want to make sure you okay because my oldest, and she had talked to my oldest as well. I said, the money is very, very upset about earlier. She wanted to talk to you. I was crying. My oldest was crying and my mother was crying. And she said that, well, y'all just know I'm safe and this and third. I said, okay. We hung up. From there, maybe 1 or 2 days later, she texted me about dripping water. This is whatever day it was a freeze alert. She said, hey, Raven, drip the water.
I got lots of jokes about that one if you want to stop.
if anybody doesn't understand dripping the water. Anytime, if a lot of places don't have foundations, like trailers or older houses don't have a foundation underneath. So all your pipes and stuff are kind of exposed, especially in older places or a trailer. So the thing you always did was if it was going to be a hard freeze, you'll turn your water on enough that it stays running so it can't freeze.
Gotta have the drip.
Gotta have that drip. So that's what she's telling her. And it's such a Southern thing, too.
And yes, Raven is definitely a fast talker.
Whew, she is real fast.
But you know what? I don't think Judge Alex Manning minds. She's one of those.
She can follow. She's not like me and Creed. She can keep up.
Right? Yeah.
She knew a Isuzu Rodeo the first.
She knew a Isuzu. What?
She did. She didn't have to say a what.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do the dripping water when it's almost ready to freeze anywhere you're at.
Yeah,
be careful. That's the last thing you need is some frozen, bursted pipes.
Open your cabinets and let the hot air in there.
Okay, please call Amani, which is my oldest. Amani has her own phone. Mind you, that my mother does pay that bill.
That a
She got
thing?
her that phone. And so I said, please call Amani because she's still upset about the other day. Please check on her. Amani told me on Christmas Eve, she said, oh, Mimi called me. She said she had some presents for me.
Ooh.
So I did text on Christmas Eve, and I have that as well. I can share. I said, hey, Amani said that you called her and said that you had some gifts for Christmas.
Yes.
And I said, you know, she said you said that you were gonna drop them off. And I said when. She never responded. I never called again to this day. I never called again, never text again to this day. Not even on Facebook or anything like that. And back to the she said it was clothes and stuff everywhere, Your Honor. She took me to my apartment, and I can show you pictures of that as well. Once we went to the apartment the next day, because like I said, I only got an overnight bag. Once we got to the apartment the next day, my roof had caved in.
Ooh.
I wasn't able to get anything. So everything from December 19th up until now, from underwear to makeup to shoes, I've had to buy. Nothing came. I wasn't even able to grab hand soap or sanitizer or toilet paper. The entire
It's usually when my house is on fire, that's what I go to is the toilet paper. I want to grab hand sanitizer, some soap, and then I run out.
Am I the only one that heard her say her daughter's name was Money?
Yeah, you guys were everybody's commenting about it. I'm not sure exactly because again,
very fast talking. Maybe we misunderstood Money, but that was the name I heard as well.
Little 6. By the way, by overnight bag, we're talking a black trash bag, right? Or possibly a white one with the nice,
maybe an old diaper box. Just depends.
Could be.
Extreme water damage, and the roof had caved in. I couldn't grab anything. And this is on an insurance claim as well, which the fire department verified.
All right, so let me hear Miss Raven. All I really want to know is your mom says that she's fearful that you're going to do something. All the other, all the other stuff about bad.
Okay, well, let me just keep going. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's just not real relevant. She says she's fear for her sake.
Okay, and that's just a lie. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is from there, I didn't talk to her again, like I said. She came in about 2 weeks later at 8 in the morning. I was on the toilet. She came in again with the police again. This time it was 2 officers randomly early in the morning.
Number 1 or 2?
Told her the same.
Again, we're bringing in the police yet again another time. So I'd be worried if I was a felon, a 2-time felon, and cops keep getting caught on me.
If you're mentioning the fact that you were on the toilet while this was happening, I'm guessing it had to have been a number 2.
Probably.
For those of you who are wondering.
Number 2 of the 2-time felon. Do you think it maybe grandma or not grandma, but mom wants the house back, or is grandma making a play for the kids? Maybe the grandkids.
I am not sure yet, but I can tell you this: the one thing that keeps standing out in my mind is when she was talking about Marverly coming in and saying all these things. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. I could totally
Absolutely.
see it. I could.
She come in and she flipped it when she saw like somebody not using a coaster.
Yeah.
So
let's not forget somebody left the fridge open for a few seconds and had a tray of weed.
Nearly destroyed.
I can see her going on for 20 minutes or more about every single thing that old Raven has to do. I can see it.
Thing that the first person told her because I've had more time here than her. Then she called child services.
That's Raven. Okay. I don't want to keep hearing what police officers said. This is tragic.
Yeah.
And you don't need to respond. This is kind of, I'm just saying, this is tragic that a mother and a child, or any parent and child, it happens, but it's just so very tragic. And I mean, I can't fix the world's problems. She obviously, I'm only gonna put this in place for 6 months. I got a feeling, though,
6 months.
Maverly, if it's true that what Miss Raven says, you're gonna want to talk to her and get back in her life. Miss Maverly, this is keeping you from contacting her. Where'd you go?
She's had enough. She's out.
Maybe you turn your camera on
Mic drop.
for 6 months. So Ms. Maverly, can you turn your camera back on? So this goes, you can't contact her either because she can't accept your calls. Is this what you want, Ms. Maverly? Take yourself off mute. Ms. Maverly, take yourself off mute.
Yes, she's a compulsive liar. Everything she
Ms.
just
Wiz,
said
no,
was
Ms. Maverly, all I said is this something where you're not going to want any contact with your daughter for 6 months. You can't contact her.
all. I don't want any contact at all. The phone, because I have the phone.
That's kind of heartless, man. She come back in with, because judge is trying to give her only 6 months because I mean, this is a mother and daughter. There's grandchildren involved. She's trying to give them a cooling off period.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Marvelly just come in here and she's a damn liar. Truth can't come out of her mouth. I don't want anything to do with her.
Does Marverly call Raven within 10 minutes of them getting done with Zoom? I don't know why.
I feel like she's going to turn around and so does Judge Manning. That's why she's saying, look, 6 months on this. And if you want to drop it sooner, let me know.
I can see Marvelly just calling, hey, how you
let
doing,
her
honey?
daughter have, because my daughter don't pay her bills.
Oh, wow. I had to pay for my granddaughter's phone because my daughter don't pay her bills.
Well, Raven did say something about coming up with rent and stuff, but I guess that would be for
2 shots over the bow. 2.
But anyway,
Miss Maverly, listen to me. I just want yes or no. You understand that you can't talk to her. You can't.
Oh, I haven't talked to her at all since
yes
I left.
Or no?
Trying to
exactly. We haven't spoken.
Oh, Raven, stop.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, you understand that. Okay, look, Miss Maverly, I don't care, and it doesn't matter whether Miss Raven pays her bills or not, and that shouldn't matter to you. That's a Miss Raven problem.
It sounds like she's up in her business a lot too. It sounds like she's really in her business.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's kind of common though with a lot of people.
And it is. As a parent, you kind of want to know, and you want you might think you're directing your children into a where they need to be, but you could just be pushing them away with all of this. But Raven isn't helping her situation either.
Well, you got to remember too, and it's very obvious. I think a few of you had said that in the chat too, that she's from a different time period. She's a little old school, and a lot of us older folks that don't understand Juju rodeos. You kind of get set in your ways, and this is how you bring up a child. This is how you live your life. You got to do this, this, and this. And not that I'm sure Raven is a saint, but I'm just saying, from Miss Williams' standpoint.
Now, if she wants her to whoop that ass on them kids, you need to beat that youngin'.
But listen, this is serious though. It's 6 months.
6 big months.
Big deal. That's a big deal.
Could be a year, but Manning's saying 6 months.
She's the one that's even bringing that back. It's
she is a grown woman, so let her take care of her business. She wants to take care of it. She doesn't. That's completely up to her. Y'all are both too grown. And in the end of the day, it's really sad because I know some, but at the end of the day, Miss Maverly is Miss Raven. Miss Maverly is the one who will be there for you, and Miss Maverly, Miss Raven will be the one being there for you. All said and done, comes down to the final day. That's what it's what's supposed to happen. Sometimes it obviously doesn't. But
hey,
I'll put this in place for
bring that back. Just where Amber Free Court staff just came back in. Was she maybe pumping or something? Watch when she comes back. Watch when she appears back. And there's a little adjustment, and because she just dropped out for a couple minutes. What
is Miss Raven? Miss Maverly is the one who will be there for you, and Miss Maverly, Miss Raven will be the one being there for you. All said and done, comes down to the final day. That's what it's what's supposed to happen. Sometimes it doesn't. But I'll put this in place for 6 months. And I'm telling you, Miss Raven, if she starts reaching out to you, you need to file something and come back. But if Miss Maverly is reaching out to you, then we need to go ahead and set it aside. So if you reach out to Miss Maverly, Miss Raven can file something, get back in front of me and show me where you called her. I want you to understand that, okay? Yes, Ms. Raven.
No,
I saw on the petition that
they're just talking all
on
over
the
each other.
petition it said that on one of the lines it said that she asked for temporary. She petitioned for temporary custody of Amani and Amir. May I ask which?
She said money again and Amir, money and Amir. So she is trying to get temporary custody of the children, Creed. And by the way, I have a very sneaking suspicion that Miss Amber Free watches our show.
I love it.
Because she said one of her court staff made her aware of our channel and what we were doing when she sent me and Creed an email.
And you think it's her?
I think it's Amber Free.
I love it.
I really, really do think she's the one
that
told Manning about us, that got Manning to write us a beautiful, beautiful email.
What are we actually
You're just
no contact?
Yeah, don't contact her. She won't contact you. The children, it's your children, right?
Correct.
Yeah, those are your children. I mean, ma'am, you don't have a guardianship over those children. I can't do anything. I mean, those are her children.
And so, in regards to the home that she's speaking of,
they asked a question about did I fear for those kids? I told them that she did have kids.
No, I have the paperwork.
Waverly, here's the thing: is there's a different legal process you need to go to before you can file on behalf of those children. Period.
No, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm out.
There you go. It's in place. Stay away from one another. If something happens, I don't know if you're renting your place to her or whatever you're going to do, use somebody else that can talk about it. If both
Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Raven.
Just to be clear, before we get off, because I see it's ending, I know it's no contact. I'm clear with that, and as we both stated, we've not had contact. I'm fine with that. In regards to the home, is that this because she also filed an eviction and I responded, and so we're supposed to go to eviction court.
Gonna kick her and the grandkids out of the house.
She is not playing.
Oh,
she is not
playing. I couldn't do that. No matter how mad I got at my kids, I couldn't take it out on my grandkids.
Don't think.
Wow. I'm looking at Miss Marveline differently. Maybe it's Marveline.
Damn.
But when I responded, the next notice I got was this notice. And so what are we doing in regards to that? Am I just waiting for eviction court? Because this was really an attempt to speed that up and get me out of the house.
Ms. Maverly, I mean, this TPO will be in place for 6 months. I mean, what are you wanting her to wait for eviction court? I mean,
real tough.
And she drives by every day. She drives by every day to check the mail. I see her every day.
Yeah, go ahead, Ms. Maverly. What?
I have to get, that is my house, and I'd have to get my bail.
Wait, hold on one second.
That was the remix.
Hold on one second. Miss Raven, let me ask you a question. What county do you live in?
We lived in DeKalb, but we are currently.
Miss Raven, you live in DeKalb County.
That's why my apartment that burnt down was in DeKalb County. The house I'm at now is my grandmother's house in Fulton.
Oh, okay.
Off Moreland Avenue.
Your grandmother's house.
It's mentioned like an 8-year-old.
Stop. My house.
I'm talking to the judge.
It's semantics. Miss Maverly, she's there obviously with her children. Are you wanting her? Miss Maverly, turn your camera on. Are you wanting her and those children to leave that house?
Yes, that's what she wants.
Or do you want to wait for eviction court?
I want them out of my house.
This was an attempt to speed it up.
I think so.
I want it out of my. I want them out of my.
Maverly, how old are her children?
3 and 8.
One is 3.
Okay, Miss Maverly. I will give her. Miss Maverly.
She gets mailbox money.
If she has a 3-year-old and an 8-year-old, these kids didn't ask to be in the middle of all this. So both of you don't talk. Neither one of you, I don't want to hear one of you talk. I do not want to hear either one of you talking right now. I am not putting this 3-year-old and this 8-year-old in the middle. So I'm not sure when your eviction hearing is, but right now, Miss Williams, Miss Raven Williams, I'm going to give you an amount of time to get out of there. What happens in eviction court happens in eviction court. If you're evicted, you only have a shorter number of time. Miss Maverly Williams, I want to give her a reasonable amount of time to get out of there so it can be 15 days so that she can find a place for her and the 3 and the 8-year-old. So I could give her until like, hold on, where's my calendar?
Wow.
I'm
I don't
actually
want to put an 8-year-old
very
and a
happy
3-year-old
to
out
see
on the
that
street today.
Judge Manning's doing this part
So
Yeah.
I can
here
say,
because
she can be out by March the 27th with those children and leave the keys in.
she's in mom's house for free,
Miss
essentially,
Maverly.
or very cheap.
Get
Yeah.
yourself off mute, Miss Maverly.
I'm sure grandma's house was paid for.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So she could be out by March the 27th. Whatever happens in eviction court, though, happens in eviction court. So if they tell you in eviction court you have 7 days to get out, Miss Raven Williams, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I mean, we had a date for it's not until April, and that is why by me responding, I mean my attorney actually responded, and she was notified that we responded, and so that is why she went ahead and filed this paperwork for the TPO because she was advised.
Stop. Miss
She
Maverly,
was advised.
putting this in place, Miss Raven Williams, you need to be at that house by noon on March the 27th.
Noon the 27th. Okay, I can do that. I definitely can do that. Actually, I'll be out by the. I actually have an apartment in Marietta that'll be ready by then. So I appreciate that.
So, and that way it's for these children. And then I hope that whatever's going on between yours, but I'll put this in place. So as long as your emails are in the chat, we'll send it to you.
I
Okay?
appreciate it. I put it up there. It's in the chat.
Ms. Maverly, did you put your email in there? Well, I think we have that one. So we'll email you both copies of the order.
I appreciate it, Judge. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. Y'all stay healthy and safe.
Wow. That one is
A lot of twists and turns through that. That was a lot.
it's seen him in a long time. I feel really bad about that one. I have a feeling there's a very long story behind that, and I think that we did not get all the dirty laundry aired out. I think that Mama held back a little bit. I think there's more to that. What do you think?
I like that she brought up the fact that her dad had died. The father had died like 3 years ago or whatever. Maybe she had a better relationship with him than she does with Miss Williams, and maybe that has something to do with it. But her bringing up again, why would you bring up that the girl was adopted? Why would you even bring that up? That's your and she said that's my only child. You know, why even bring that up? And she talked about how smart Raven was and had all these opportunities. And it seems like Raven probably threw all those opportunities away because she's a 2-time felon. She's got 2 kids, and obviously there's no husband in the picture or father for these children. Maybe she's just had all she can take. I don't know. Maybe there's so much more, like Creed said, that we just don't know that mom didn't put out there.
That's my guess, because if there is not anything else than basically what we have heard, then I don't know if I 100% believe her, because now it seems as if she's going after them children.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've noticed a trend, and I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just something that we've noticed or been I don't know how to say it properly, but basically that it seems to be that people can use these orders
to make people leave from places. Yeah.
To make an easy eviction, and also to help and aid if you're going after somebody for many different ways. That's what I'm trying to say.
A lot of times we see divorces and stuff. People got a divorce coming and they're getting these, maybe people are misusing the system with that. I'm sure it happens. It has to. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a tool sometimes.
Narcissistic, maybe a little bit, but also old school in the way that, listen, there's a kind of a funny commercial when it first came out a while ago where the family member comes through and it's she starts. I don't know if I'm trying to think what it's for, but she comes in and just starts, you got to do this, you got to clean that. Look at that, that's a mess. Go do that.
Yeah,
I think that's really common. I think that's super common.
I know people that are like that. They'll come in your house and be like, "Oh, why'd you hang that picture there?" Because that's where I wanted it. It looked way better over here. Tough shit. I'll never move it there now. But yeah, there are people like that, 100%. And I'm sure neither one of them is easy to get along with. Either one.
You guys are right. It's the kids that unfortunately
are the victims here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is today's We Got a Case. It's a damn good one today. A couple of pretty crazy ones.
Another absolute banger. Before Creed thanks everybody, I want to tell everybody, make sure you like this video if you haven't done so already. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Say hello in the comments down below. And subscribe to We Got a Case. We Got a Case, just like that little logo up there where Middleton's head says.
Mad Cave, it was great to see you, by the way. There's a picture. I guess that I think that Mad Cave is using it with this, sitting in the car with.
I watched Lola's place last night. He also streams Lola's cams on his channel.
Love that. Makes me laugh when I see that. Face like that. Thank you guys so much. Great to see some new people around. I heard get some views.
Yeah. On Saturday, we had 255 people all on at the same time, which is the most we've ever had.
Wow.
We got a case.
Was that just because of the penis, though?
Maybe. They would come back to see if I had more wang for them.
So sorry I missed the wang, but you know, it is what it is. Lisa, we got a very nice email from Judge Manning, and
it was just she said I was made aware by my staff of what you guys are doing and how you're doing your show. I appreciate it because it gives people an idea what we deal with in the courts every single day. Keep up the good work. Stay safe and healthy, by the way, it said. And she started it by saying, gentlemen.
I just love that.
Gentlemen.
Absolutely love that. Again, thank you guys. We'll be back 4:05 East for Mini Chase Monday for We Gotta Chase the Manning monorail today. Like that. Gary, thank you. Carol, Flusha, Matt, Dreamweaver giving out some memberships.
Yeah,
appreciate that. Oh, don't forget. Yeah, today's Monday, so members only at 5:30 for We Got a Chase channel. Pike, Angela, Flusha, and Twisted Sifter, Kierna, thank you guys so much. And Keith is Keith.
He's about to get his steps in here in a few minutes. He's going to take us with him.
But by steps, you mean sit right there and just keep moving us.
He's gone. Damn it. Well, then, he's back. We're going to leave. Reno, good to see you. We'll hope to see everybody back here for the chase at 4:05. And until then, hang in there. It's only Monday.
It's only Monday. Blah. Blah.
Blah. And tomorrow is my birthday. With peace and love.